Hello again, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott and doing something different today. We're trying to stream on a new platform, those on Minds. If you do happen to join over there, welcome. It's a new thing for there and maybe an introduction to me. So, my name, Jack Talcott. The purpose of my time here today is to share some inspirations, hopefully some encouragement and some perspectives that I hope will be helpful for you. I'm a man of faith, very deep faith. And my path has really brought me, it's clearly become a spiritual path that I've been purposefully, intentionally seeking my own spiritual development. Which brings me, to where I am today. I've been spending more time in prayer, more time in meditation. And you know what? I feel good. I feel completely at peace today and right now. And so much so that while I started with the intentions of opening up the panel, I don't know where it's going to end up. See, it's good to feel at peace. Each and every one of us, we deserve. We have that right. The world has the right to receive a peaceful and a joyful you. And recently, I don't remember the conversation, but there was a question or a comment about happiness. And happiness can be fleeting, but joy and peace, those are divine pleasures, man. I mean, all senses, all pleasures, all experiences truly are divinely gifted to us, for us, through us. We live with and as each other today. Because there is no separation from the experience that we are all sharing this time on earth. It's amazing. So I titled this stream Taming the Beast. For those who know Aubrey Marcus, I went to one of his recent videos, one of his recent podcast discussions, and he inspired this Taming the Beast. He was promoting the beast, recognizing the beast, celebrating the beast that is, because there is a beast. There's a beast within me, within you, within all of us. It's magical. But that beast cannot win. I mean, it's got to be understood, the beast within. Once you understand that which has been given, because your beast is a little different than mine, your internal urges, your internal desires, those are different than mine. But there is a beast and a darkness within each of us. And the whole purpose of the path of spirituality, the whole purpose of the psychological pursuit of integrating the shadow, this is what I'm talking about. You integrate the shadow parts of yourself. You shine the light of your awareness within who you have become. And then once you understand, once you set the intentions to know why you are the way you are, why have you experienced the things that you have? What is available in the future for you to offer as a result of all that? Right? Because there's a lot of confusion in our world about what God may be, God may not be. These are words that man has chosen, adapted to, whatever. We each form our own definitions of everything. But if you don't bring clarity into your life, into who you are, if you don't bring clarity, well, you're going to live in a life of confusion, because there's a darkness within and a light that just wants to shine, man. There's a light within you that just wants to be seen. It wants to be shared. It wants to explore, right? That's what the light is for, and that's who we are. We are beings of light, given the physical presence of being here and now. And in these lives we live, all the chaos, all the expectations, obligations, all the duties, all the stuff that everyone worries about, man, those things can seriously interfere with our personal development. And personal development was something I thought I had no time for. Matter of fact, my life is such a movie. It's such a trip. I remember as a kid hearing Tony Robbins, man. I was like, so what? He's just saying what's obvious. And so I never paid attention to him when I was a kid. And this was young, like maybe 14. It was before I turned angry. I thought I knew it all, man. And then when I rediscovered Tony Robbins, once I started doing self-development on myself and started pursuing the idea of helping, maybe being a coach for others, being a leader in development. I remember hearing Tony Robbins again a few years ago. And I was like, golly, geez, man, he is good. He's saying the right things, but he could be saying them a whole lot simpler. Oh, praise God. Look at the size of difference of audience. But you know what? Tony Robbins has been doing this a lifetime. It's because of men like him, men and women like him, honestly, that I was blessed to learn from. They dedicated their lives to understanding development, how to help other people, right? That's what they studied, and they built it into a business. And I admire what those leaders have achieved, but I'm really excited to see what might be achieved through my efforts. My efforts have been challenging. I've shared much of my story. I mean, it's been pretty obvious, and I know I am getting greater known, greater visibility. But the path it's been going has been quite interesting. And I really, brothers and sisters, I encourage you to take some time alone, just each day, to go within yourself in a contemplative and a reflective state, recognizing your awareness of life. And then once you can be aware of being, recognizing the breath that breathes you, finding the stillness. The rest of the world continues. It's all continuing right now. Whether we participate or not, the world continues. How much we participate with the world is up to each of us. But we're all on our own paths. And in this world, what has been profitable, right? You keep people divided and then they remain governed. And then with the governed people, all you got to do is, have enough wealth and you can control the governors who control the governed. And that's actually what we've got today, man. We've got a corrupted world. And Special K, Grace C, you tell me, God bless. Thank you for saying hi, for popping in. Anyone who wants to hit the link, feel free. Like I said, I'm starting this from a low energy state, but it's not a bad energy. It's just I am so at peace right now. And I know that, that was one of the things I wanted to talk about. We got to keep in mind that we, at the end of our lives, we will be reflecting back, maybe on the deathbed or maybe on the other side of the veil, on the veil of life or death. We'll be looking back at our lives from a different perspective. And I think we'll probably be judged not only by what we do, but what we do not do. See, not doing can be very helpful, but it can also be very destructive. If we choose not to do what is available while it's available, is it not wasted? And I see what is available today for the human collective is a world of peace. It starts within each of us. Because in my own path of studying the sciences of the mind, like I really resonate with many of the Jungian theories. And I don't claim to fully understand all of what he said, or everything he's taught. But the idea of we are part of a greater collective, greater consciousness. There is our own egoic consciousness, the mind part that we are aware of, right? And then within that, there's the storage of our consciousness, our subconscious. It's all the memories and all the information that we've learned through our experience. It's within our knowing. It's carried in our body, in the memories. Holy, who knows how it's carried, but it is carried. And so there's layers of consciousness. Doggone it, I meant to do a graph on this a long time ago. The layers of the ego. But the point I wanted to get to now is within even the subconscious, we are a part of a greater collective consciousness. And this kind of jumps over into the perspectives of Rupert Sheldrake in the morphogenetic field of consciousness that generates form, that creates the repetition of form. So it's the collective consciousness of humanity that has formed us into the shape and the biology we are. It's the memory of the nature of humanity that binds the atoms and molecules together in the form of this body. It's like, you know what? Now I'm just perhaps overcomplicating the simple. Because the simple is, we only know what we've learned, okay? But in order to really learn to know something, you've got to understand it. You've got to accept it. You've got to view the thing, the concept, the being, whatever it is, the experience from different perspectives so that you can fully gain a greater picture of that which you know. And as you start going within yourself, asking yourself, who am I, right? Going beyond the body, beyond the thoughts, beyond the memories, beyond the labels or reputations, recognizing that we are all, each of us, we are a state of awareness within a greater consciousness. What resonates with me is we're within the mind of God, right? We experience life, and I did some poor explanations yesterday. I realized that. Just remembering what it was I was talking about. Doggone it. Regarding what an experience is, or what consciousness is. I heard different, better explanations from, I don't remember what source. But an experience is simply the awareness of a sense, a sound, a sight, a feeling, a sensation, a thought, right? We've got our five senses, our sixth sense of mind. So we are the mind, part of the eternal mind. We are the eternal soul of being who we are. But we are not this. We are part of the eternal. Back to the title, Taming the Beast. We are each here for our own purpose, right? We get to choose our purpose to a great extent, but if we're not purposeful and intentional with how we spend our time, life is going to pass us by, and very quickly someone else will find a purpose or an intention for your time. That's how this wage slavery system has continued. So to tame the beast within, the idea is to unify the divine spirit, the divine essence of being you that has been created for you to experience this. So bring in the divine spirit into the physical form. We've had many, many examples of divinely gifted spiritual beings, spiritual teachers on this world. For us not to celebrate that aspect of our being, the fact that within us we have a will, we have a divine will that is within us, but we get to choose. We get to choose what we do, what we feel, what we think, what we spend our time thinking, feeling, doing. We get to choose by the grace of the divine will that has been gifted to us. And then through the will, we can guide our intentions with clarity, right? With intention and focus, we can choose what we want to know, want to experience, want to create. But I do think everything starts from a stillness. To tame the beast, we must overcome our reactionary patterns. Simple as that. We'll get God, the divine, the universe, the source of creation, the patterns of life and the patterns of creation are going to bring forces into your life, be that in people, in events, in experiences, these forces will come into your life, into your unique experience for the purpose of, what do you think? Breaking you down? No, not breaking you down, not punishing you. Well, perhaps there could be some karma. But regardless, if life happens, if the opposing forces come, what does that create? Creates an opportunity for you to become stronger, for you to learn what you need in order to overcome. I've said this before. I think part of the divine plan is to separate each of us. I've heard it said our God may have some jealousy, right? It gives us free will. It wants our love. It wants our desire. I assume this is what the spiritual teachers have been saying. And one of the guys I listened to, John St. Julian, he shared, what was it? The theologians may have disagreements and conflicts, but the mystics, the mystics and the spiritual teachers, they speak the same language, right? It's only in the religions that we find our division. How you doing, brother? Good to see you again.
Oh, having a low energy day myself. Not in a bad way. It's just, you said that a little bit ago, and it's hot outside, and I was like, fuck, Jack's on stream, and he's got low energy, and I got to finish the front suspension on the Sonata, but I'm low energy, and so maybe I'll help Jack help me procrastinate.
I love the honesty, respect that, and I appreciate that. Some days we just have these low energy days, and they can we can feel worn down, or we can just recognize maybe it's an opportunity for rest. Maybe,
You're exactly right. I'm not very good at recognizing those opportunities, personally. I tend to think that I don't really need to eat or sleep or drink anything, like, unless I want to, right? That's kind of luxuries, but it's also kind of indulgent. So if I just kind of keep going, but yeah, that's wrong.
Holy cows. I love that you said that. Here's where I've been finding for myself, right? The balance of being spiritual and being physical, the balance of focus and purpose and having fun, right? And trying to find time to rest and eat. Dude, I've been eating so shitty.
It's hard to eat good when you're single, I realize.
Yes.
It all turns into sort of those, fuck, it's mealtime, I better go to Quick Trip.
Right. Well, I'm not quite that bad. I'm still plant-based, but that was a question I asked myself this morning. I was like, fuck, okay, Jack, you're feeling this lack of energy and strength. And so what is going on? Is it just part of the energies of the day, or,
maybe there's something, I don't know. Is anyone in the chat know their astrology? Maybe there's something in the.
That was part of what I wondered. And there is even the solar energies. Science is showing it has an effect on the biology and our minds. So I take all of that into effect before I blame myself. But then part of me is wondering, I wonder if I'm lacking nutrition.
I mean, you just said that you're plant-based, so I'm going to wager a guess and say yes.
Just that alone would convince you.
Alone, yeah.
Too funny, man. No, I've been neglecting my physical health. I recognize that. I've been making excuses saying, well, I'll be better when, right? when someone else comes into my life, then I'll do it then. But
Someday I'm going to quit these things, right?
right.
Except I'm not. This is the only bad habit I really have left, so I'm keeping it.
Well, I'm really challenging myself recently. I still allow myself nicotine and cannabis pretty frequently.
Do you smoke?
No, I chew. I've been chewing since I was 15 years old, man.
So I was just a bit younger when I started smoking regularly.
Were you?
14. At 14, I started smoking like every day. I had my first cigarette. I don't know. It was probably 10. But
I've found a lot of reasons why I should quit, but I still haven't convinced myself yet. So I know it'll happen, but that kind of brings me to where I found myself more recently. And it wasn't just from the energies of today, but over the past few days, spending more time with the purpose of perfecting myself, trying to purify myself more than I have.
What if you are how you're supposed to be? I'm just doing a thought exercise. I mean, it just how do we know what even we're supposed to be like, or what the perfect version of us would be?
That is a question I've been toying with myself too. I trust everything has been perfect. And what we do with what we've got today, whether we continue what we've been doing or not, it's up to us. We get to choose. But, because of the results of my life, I've got to find something different to do. Spending time on Paul's platform has not been healthy or productive for me. It's not worked out the way I hoped it would.
I don't know what you were. Well, I'm not trying to talk shit. He's taking a lot of flack the last few days, and he's not here to defend himself. So,
respect. Hey, I respect, and I'm not trying to bait that in any way.
No, yeah, I get it. It was just an observation, but like it's a ball that'll start rolling.
Yep. No, I'm hoping for energy where we can just discuss, right? We can discuss the greater things of life. Why are we here? I mean, what is the purpose? What could we do? Those are that's the reason I came on this stuff.
Something interesting I've noticed about YouTube is that there's a lot of us on here who are ex-addicts. I'm pretty sure YouTube is just a dopamine hit.
You think it's another addiction? That makes perfect sense.
Like a substitute, yeah. Because I mean, like that thought, the addict thought process and worldview and way of interacting with things doesn't really change for most people. The outlet does, ideally. But
well, I've been studying human behavior, particularly my own. I think I'm a good example of today's society. I think I'm much like everyone else. We have a tendency for habit. It's part of the ingrained patterns of life and consciousness. Memory creates familiarity. Familiarity creates comfort.
Well, the whole universe works on routine.
Yes, it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. But the amazing thing is what we are and who we are. We are the novelty. We are here to bring the new, because we are a path from the physical now into the infinite of possibilities. Everything comes through the minds, man. Everything.
I don't know that in the scheme of how people view things, I think that I don't separate out the mind from the body all as much as most people do. Because you can't be an individual consciousness without localized presence.
Correct. But we can't let the localized limit become the limit. I mean, there is, and I'm not trying to create disagreements. Actually, with what you said, though, the mind and body and spirit, the spirit of emotions. When I'm talking spirit, most often that's what it is the spirit of emotions that's within us. It's our intuition. It's our, it's our desires and our creativity, the inspiration that's available. We have a new guest, and
posture.
As long as this is for discussion and not argument or insult, welcome, brother.
How are you, sir?
Paul.
I'm curious, actually, if you have to have anything to say after our last co-creation together.
No, I mean, look, this is a common loop that we've been experiencing, so it's nothing new.
All right. Did you learn anything?
No, I'm consistent with what I do. You're not.
Yes. You consistently prove you're a man not to be trusted, and you showed me that last time. So here you are looping again in your arrogance and your persistent stubbornness that you are apparently flawless in all of your choices and words. So, Paul, enjoy your day. God bless you.
You guys had another fight, I see.
It was
we're not merged right now, let's just put it that way.
Fair enough. Well, he showed me that I made the choice to leave him on as co-host in StreamYard. That was a dumb idea.
Oh, yeah.
Because the first time there was a disagreement, he made sure to throw that in my face and abuse it. I had to shut the stream down abruptly. So I wasn't pleased with the results of that.
Yeah, I mean, if you take somebody's display of trust and then weaponize it against them, you can't be surprised when you don't get any more trust handed your way.
Right. Or the generous lack of, the generous disrespect and mockery that has been made of me and my experience, constantly being ridiculed and mocked by him. And he hosts other people on his panel generously. Hey, say anything you want about Jack, even if you've never even spoken to him before. Damsel medic. It's like
I've talked to her in the chat, and
I may have had an exchange, but she's certainly not in a position to be a judge of me and my character, nor is Paul. And actually, all these people who are defaming my character, it's like, really, why? I still don't understand the purpose behind their intentions or their desires. So
I don't know that there probably is one purpose. There's probably individual purposes. Who knows?
Well,
what's a bigger mystery to me, though, and not trying to throw shade or anything, but what was your purpose in continuing to do that?
Well, number one, my lack of other options. I've been praying for alternatives to spend my time, maybe not recognizing clearly my addiction, but I actually have seen potential in working with Paul. I don't know if you remember, I'm still trying to achieve justice through my federal employer, former, right? And Paul is an expert at speaking the legal and speaking to people, public servants. I thought he'd be an excellent advocate if I could win him over and get him to believe that he could help me. I thought he'd try, but he's found no reason to believe in me. He wants to believe he's right. And so, long story short, brother, my faith in God is strong. I know it's brought us all together. I want to address this. Paul fucks with everyone. Yeah. He could find a better purpose and a better intention for using his time. Not everyone needs Paul to fuck with them. Simple as that. We got some other guests here besides Paul in the back. I didn't mean for it to go this way, Flo, but I should have recognized
It goes where it goes.
You know, I don't remember Napalm. Welcome. Okay.
You're muted.
What up, guys? What y'all got going on?
Oh, I need to get a chair with armrests, I can tell.
Yeah. Hey, did you call me a basic bitch the other day, Flo,
Me? I don't think so.
in the chat?
I don't think I did.
Oh. How are you, Jack?
I'm feeling good.
I'm
Were
glad
you
to
being a
hear
basic
that.
bitch the other day?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad to hear that, Jack. You seem a little bit tense.
Do you see what I'm...
Hang on, what does it say?
It's fucking Wizard. The
I know.
stamp make the barefoot.
Hey, did
stamp
you hear
maker.
what Wizard said about you yesterday, though, Jack?
He said he's been learning from me.
And that you have bigger balls than a lot of people up there. That was a compliment.
It is. I'm grateful he's finally humbling himself to some of the truth of what has been shown to him. And yet, Cynthia, please look at what is in front of your eyes right now. From him to me, Jack, you are a total idiot. And if you can't manage even one relationship, you will never go any further than you have in 5 years. Dumb ass fucker. LOL.
Well, that is just
Fuck a
rude.
big one bit.
No, that's rude. That is rude.
Do you think he learned that from me?
I don't know.
Cynthia, do you think he learned that from me?
No, of course not. But he also mentioned that he's working harder on being a little bit I don't think this is the word he used, but this is how I perceived it, gentle. So maybe, today's not a great day for him to be that way.
His bipolar's flaring. Is that what?
I have no idea if he has bipolar, but it's obvious he's in a angry state. So hey, anyways, I was thinking about something that you said to me the other day, Jack. I actually pondered it at night as I picked up my pipe. And it's when you said that I enabled people, like I enabled Paul by not coming up, and challenging him on some of the things that he said. And then so I got to thinking, and I was like, well, I don't challenge you on any of the things that you say either. And to be honest, I really don't challenge anybody on the things that they say. So am I enabling everybody, or could this just be my personality, my characteristic? Like, who am I to tell you you can't end wars? Who am I to tell Paul he's not God of all media? Who am I to say these things?
Well, I think you're afraid of knowing.
Afraid of knowing?
Yeah.
How do I know? But go ahead.
Well, Cynthia,
You look nice today, Jack. You really do. You're giving me that
Thank you.
Saturday Night Fever vibe. Okay, John Travolta.
I wanted to dress in something comfortable today, and
You look nice. But go ahead.
comfortable. I feel like, I've seen patterns. It's a common symptom. The truth is right in front of your face. It's okay to recognize when people are lying. Okay, and actually, Cynthia, as I'm remembering, you've been one who's been quite free with your opinions of me, quite insultingly, actually,
Not always, but sometimes, yes.
often.
No,
And so-
not often. I would say
Okay.
more so recently. I'd probably say there was 2 days of me being insulting, and the rest of the time is me being uplifting and encouraging to you.
Did
Well,
something happen?
actually, you know what? Let me be fair. You've been a guest here and very respectful and very polite and very actually inspiring with some of the conversations. It's elsewhere that I'm referring to. It's the patterns I've seen that are enabling Paul. Okay. I'm taking a chance. Snafu, welcome, brother. Please.
Mr. Talcott, Mr. Flow State. You know,
Salute.
Cynthia, I love how you come up here and say, hey, what are you guys doing? But you're sitting on Paul's panel right now as Paul's talking shit about
I'm not on
Talcott.
the panel right now.
You
I'm
just
not
were.
on
You
there.
left Paul's to come up here.
Okay,
we
well,
all
say
saw
it
it.
right. Say it right.
It's you know,
because
the
I
optics
saw
are
because
high.
All
But
right.
anyway,
Well,
Talcott, Flow
okay.
State. Hope you guys are doing well, man. Hope you guys are
Thank
doing
you,
good.
Snafu.
It's
We are.
I asked Paul earlier, did I feel like y'all had really broken up? I definitely enjoy y'all's dynamic together. And I do feel a sense of sadness that y'all aren't vibing right now. I don't know how else to say it.
Why wouldn't they vibe? Talcott's told you exactly why. Everyone else has. And again, Cynthia, you're playing games. I'm not here to start shit, Talcott. I really don't like when people throw the disrespect like Cynthia's pulling here. She's on Paul. So we're going to go fuck with Talcott and them. Leaves Paul's show just now. Comes over here. Paul's fucking streaming it. And they know exactly what they're doing.
Okay.
Cynthia,
It's
you
coming
know
from
exactly
the man
what-
who created nudes of me and created a channel
Hey,
of me.
Okay.
So snafu. I
What?
can't
Hey.
take anything
I did
too
what?
serious
Hey.
of any
Wait.
value.
I got to hear this. I
Snafu,
did what?
snafu.
What is the new narrative I did? I got to hear this.
Yeah, what are you
I
accusing
don't
him
take
of?
anything you say serious. You're
No,
a whole
but-
Well, you know,
mental
they could go
basket
watch
Can we
and
go
see.
back- can we
You
go
were
back to
literally
I
Yeah.
on
even
Paul,
asked about
and
you
then
today.
when
I asked
Paul
why
Okay.
you
kicked, when
hate
Paul
women.
got kicked off, you came over here. It's
Hey,
nothing. I'm
Snafu.
lying. They could literally go look at the optics, Cynthia.
Snafu,
I'm not lying.
Snafu,
But what are
Snafu,
you?
chill-
Here's what
chill
she's
for-
accusing me of, guys.
Snafu, chill for just a moment, please.
How
All
come
right.
you hate
Okay.
women,
All
Snafu?
right,
Hey,
Mr.
Cynthia.
Talcott.
Hey, Cynthia.
Mm-hmm.
Here's number one. A few things just occurred here. All right. You accused him of something, stating that was your conclusion and reason not to listen to anything he said. You also chose to insult him. I've done the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I've done that.
Here's what I saw though out of the good.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Snafu coming up here reminded me of something that I did forget. With Paul would have come those other flying monkeys. And I don't know exactly how you've been preloaded, Cynthia, to come.
What does that
and
mean? How have I
Well-
been preloaded?
that is, I think, that
I
is to be
understand.
determined.
What are you preloaded? What does that
Well,
mean?
what agenda
Why don't you
was
just
Paul
answer the question
presenting?
how you think it is intended?
I have no idea. Like I'm thinking sexual stuff when y'all say preloaded. So like I'm a dirty minded person. I'm thinking
Okay,
of fucking.
let's move beyond there
Like,
then
that's
and
really
find a
what, like,
different.
to be honest with y'all.
Let's find a different understanding because there was
That's
nothing
why I
sexual
asked, what do
said
you
there.
mean by preloaded?
May I, Jack,
Can you
for just
think
1
for
second?
yourself? This is an
Jack already
opportunity
talked
for
about
you.
it.
Hey, hold on, Snafu. Thank you. Cynthia, this is an opportunity for you to discover what is true within yourself, what is within your knowing. Okay, so if you wanted to understand me,
Mhm.
and I said that I'm curious what you were preloaded with, what agenda you were offered in order to incentivize you to leave that platform and come here. Now that we've cleared out, it's not a sexual
Yeah, okay.
innuendo.
Okay.
What do
Well,
what do
it
you
could be.
think?
Well, I came over here. I saw you were live because I do check for your lives. I
Yes.
do enjoy coming to your panel because you talk about God And that is a subject that I could speak on for days and days and days. So I find your outlet a good place for me to come and to add value to it by just my point of view and to encourage you to keep going in this metaverse world where you feel like you get beat up a lot of times. I also
Well,
think that you
thank
and
you.
Paul, okay, you're welcome. And I also think that you and Paul have a great chemistry together. But for whatever reason, that chemistry is being disrupted right now. So me being a peacemaker, me being a woman, and me being a woman that's a peacemaker with a servant's heart, I came over here in peace.
Call bullshit, Cynthia.
Yeah, flag on
Mr.
that play.
You called it earlier. You said, why
I'm a
did she go
piece-
on other
okay.
panels to talk about you? And then she comes on here directly
How
after
did I
fucking
talk
Paul's
about him?
talking shit right now.
How
I'm
did
screaming
I
you.
just talk about
Snafu,
you
you're
guys-
breaking up.
Snafu?
Yep.
How did I just talk about him? I didn't talk about you in a negative way. The same reason I just
Thank
asked
you.
about Paul is the same way I asked about you, Jack.
Okay. Cynthia, I trust that perhaps there was good intentions. We've got a, and Snafu, I did put you to the back. Your audio is breaking up and it's starting to sound horrible. And trust me, I've got it from here. Okay. Thank you for that reminder and respect to you, my friend. Cynthia, you've been an interesting one in my experience. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, you've
Oh.
shown that I can't really trust you.
Okay.
You're
Can
quite multi-face. You put on a face to please whoever you're around, it seems. And so you've been pleasing with me, but you told me that you were kicked off balls, which I should have thought through. That doesn't really happen.
That's the way I felt though.
Yeah, I
And
know.
I was in my
And then-
feelers, and I've already owned that. When we're
Well,
on Paul's
yeah,
page. And just
I-
like we can all be in our
Mhm.
feelers at times.
I know. And you guys, what I've seen you bonding with
Mm-hmm.
is making fun of me, disrespecting me,
Okay.
Cynthia.
Okay. Is that a blue thought or is that a true thought? Have I,
I find
made
it-
fun of you today or have I made fun of you yesterday? Or do
I don't
you
know.
think I've exactly
I don't care. What I do know is that in my experience, Paul and you have found no reason whatsoever to offer any apologies that I can really recall. Now,
I was in my
Cynthia, you
feelers,
not,
isn't it?
huh?
I was gonna say I was in my feelers isn't an apology at all. It's an excuse.
Exactly. And Keith, I see you in the back. You've been blocked by a couple of personas from the chat. I have actually
name.
no intentions of bringing you up today, Keith. So maybe you can ask yourself, what else could I be doing besides harassing Jack today?
Making stamps.
Special K, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Cynthia.
Hi, good to see you.
No, I've apologized to you before, Jack. So the fact that you say I haven't apologized is not a true statement. That's simply not.
fair. Well, please forgive me if I misremembered or misrepresented, but seeing, as I've also stated to you, you've shown me that I can't trust you because I see you presenting on, you're there to say whatever makes Paul happy. You're here to say whatever makes me happy. But at the same time, you claim you don't understand. I don't know. I don't know what happened between you and Paul, Jack. I can't
don't.
figure it out. Are you kidding me? You lack that much situational awareness, that much empathy or understanding of me.
See, that's
You
why I don't
certainly
think I would
bond
ever
well
call-
with Paul. Sorry.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I don't think that basic bitch is something that I would ever say about you because I don't think that you're a basic bitch.
What? I wasn't.
Sorry,
even
sorry, it
listening.
was sort of off. It was sort of
I
off
sort of,
topic.
I sort of tune you out. What did you say? I'm sorry.
You had asked him a while ago about something you thought he had said. He was answering. Go ahead.
And that, I mean, basic bitch is not, I don't think you're a basic bitch. I think that
Thank you.
you're fairly sophisticated. Not all things are good about you, for sure, but that's not the way that I would insult you if I had something negative to say. So
Thank
I
you.
I guess it just something you did just reminded me of that. And so I guess I spoke sort of out of nowhere. Go on, Jack.
There's
Well-
another young lady on the panel. Let's let her speak.
Thank you. Welcome, Kay. Did you join the purpose or just to be part?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Well, I was asking if you came with something with
Sorry,
an
I didn't
intention.
I didn't know if you were speaking to me. No, no, I'm listening to your preaching, I guess, if you want to call it that. Your life coach, maybe. Why are you laughing?
I love you, my friend. It is
I don't
kind
know
of
if you do really, because
well,
what? I just
I
feel
am-
very hurt, Jack. You know that?
I
I
understand.
fucking do.
I'm
trying
sorry.
to breathe.
about
I'm
that.
trying to breathe. I'm trying to breathe. Okay. I just need you to realize like my feelings. And for you to want to be my life coach, that should be the first thing that you should take in is your clients, or I should say friend. I thought their feelings, right? Or is that not part of the curriculum?
Okay, can I
I don't
address
know.
what
I'm
you
not a
just
life
said?
coach. What? Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
What you're doing is telling me how to be a better teacher for you. Okay. While I respect that, I want you to recognize that your feelings are your responsibility. Now,
And
if you
Okay,
and-
go ahead. Sorry,
and-
go ahead. Finish your sentence.
and if we followed through with what we said we were going to do, spent an hour together,
90-minute sessions that you demanded
sure. Well, I offered it for free.
for free, but I never even asked for it.
Okay, but Special
Jay just
K.
wants to know if you're a professional license. All I said was I found your
Holy
resume.
crap.
No,
Hey,
no, no,
Kay.
don't deny. Let's talk about this.
Hey,
I
Kay.
found your resume online and I said, why? So you're a life coach. It seems like you've
Yeah.
written out this pretty good. Like you've got a good resume.
Mhm.
And then you offered, hold on, Jay. And then you offered me to say, hey, if you
Holy
want, I can
cow.
help you
Mm-hmm.
in life if you have any
Yeah.
issues. Right?
Yeah. Right.
And I said,
That
but
was
I want
part
to
of
help
the
you, Jack. I've
conversation.
watched you time and time again trying
Okay.
to hold. Jack, I'm talking.
Right. But the problem is you're
Wanted to help you.
venting.
Hold on.
You're
Listen to me. Can
venting
I-
without
no
with the
problem.
intention. You're speaking from a place of hurt.
No, I'm speaking because I wanted to help you. So that's why I asked for
But you
Gina's
didn't
number.
help me and you refused to allow me to help you. You became
So why does
ungrateful.
it have to
You
be
know
like
what?
that?
Because you chose. Okay. This is what you get to realize, my friend, with or without my support. You get to realize that you chose. You chose to think what you did. You chose to feel how you did. You chose to avoid me like you did. And then you chose to present a false narrative. Okay. When you're ready, Kay, we can discuss the parts of what we discussed. I can help you remember the parts you're ignoring. Paul, I got Paul in the back flipping me off like a child.
Jack, I need to say something and to respond to what you said about I'm one way with you and I'm another way with Paul. And obviously you and Paul are night and day. I can be more of my authentic self, my smart aleck, my sarcastic, my shrewd self with Paul. And he's not going to take it personal. He's probably going to snicker at it and think it's funny. You, however, I have to handle with very, very delicate hands. you're a delicate man, and I have to do that. So the fact, and it's evident in the
You
way
don't
you just
treat me
spoke to
like
the
I'm a
lady.
delicate man,
And it's
Cynthia. You're a
evident in the way you
hypocrite.
spoke to the lady a while ago.
Yeah,
So the
is
fact
it?
that I even respect you enough and I take in consideration your feelings,
I love your excuses, but you know
it's
what?
not an
Your excuses are yours. You can keep them. You sat there thinking about what I was the differences, and good job, Cynthia. You found excuses. You found reasons to blame me, right, for the differences. But Cynthia, here's what I want you to recognize. Paul has no life. Okay? His life is on YouTube. He hosts a Zoom call, and other people without a life, other people without purpose, they come and hang out with him for hours and listen to all of his opinions, all of his gossip, all of his glory. But Cynthia, when I come on here, I actually have the purpose of trying to share some encouragement, maybe offering some value, showing respect for those who do tune in. So, Cynthia, God bless you. And I see the patterns here. Oh, one lady after another lady. He doesn't want to listen. I don't want to listen to Paul. I didn't even give Paul the fucking time. And Keith hasn't even come on the panel. So don't give me this crap of treating genders differently.
You should let Keith on if he's
Really?
barefoot and has his feet on the screen the whole time. But the minute they go down, I'm just kidding. Do whatever you want. I just think it's funny how many times I've seen him stick his bare feet in the camera.
Hey, Salty Siren, right. The first review of someone who refused to even allow us a conversation. If you're foolish enough to take the opinion of someone who doesn't even try, you're another enabler, Salty. And guess what? I've seen your patterns of enabling and insults as well. It's fascinating. People are absolutely fascinating because they lack self-awareness and self-control.
Do they? I guess I don't know if how much of people's behavior is unaware or unconscious.
Well, it's not unaware, it's denial. It's absolute. Okay, there's I don't fault people who are ignorant, people who don't know. Okay, but when people stay in denial and fight, no, I'm not going to accept that because I don't, because of my, fuck, oh dear.
Fuck, oh dear.
People make excuses why they shouldn't accept what is true. So denial.
Voluntary? So
Denial is a choice to stay ignorant. And to me, a choice to stay ignorant is quite stupid. So Special K, when regardless if I didn't handle you with kid gloves enough, but maybe you could recognize too that part of my gruffness with you was the fact that I was seeing patterns of avoidance. You claimed to have no time to speak with me or to follow through with what you said you were going to do with us.
has she reached out to you offline? This seems like a offline discussion.
It started, and then I ended up hanging up when her emotions took over the time, and I extended other opportunities for us to speak. She chose to come up here. You know, here, there's an example of a man everyone seems to admire.
You're a narcissistic piece of shit.
All right, go away. You're describing yourself, dude. Describing exactly what you are showing. Holy crap. Let's try that again. Hey, Keith, you there?
I don't see any feet.
Greetings, Jack.
Greetings, brother. I see you brought joy.
Really? You see joy in my face?
I don't know why not.
Well, gee, I was very overjoyed last night when I sat in the back panel all night. All night.
Is it still bothering you?
No, it doesn't bother me at all. What bothers me is that you sit up here lying, and I've been peaceful for the last 3 weeks.
Oh,
And then
really?
last night you had the issue. You can go back. You can go back and look.
I'm not going to sit here and entertain fucking lies. You have not been peaceful, dude. You're fucking lying to yourself and you enable other liars. Holy
Now-
crap.
In all fairness, he was relatively peaceful just this instance. It didn't look like it was lasting well, but I try to give credit where credit's due, and I think that he was definitely putting forth an effort just now. So that's
He's withholding his anger. But see,
Yeah. But aren't we
here's the
all?
whole, well, amen. The whole topic of today, what I started the stream already with. So, maybe I should shut it down and people can go back and re-listen after seeing examples of the beasts, right? The arrogant beast who gives no shits about anyone but itself. The selfish prick, the dominating nature that's within. It's disgusting. So the topic of this is taming the beast, right? And it's through the mind. It's through the choice and the will to understand the beast, to understand the anger, Keith, to understand your confusion, Paul and Cynthia and Kay. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just saying to integrate the shadow is how Carl Jung puts it.
It is. But until we're willing to admit, to accept that, hey, maybe I'm wrong. Well, we see the patterns looping. I've been accused of looping with Paul because I had faith he would change. He's proven me wrong. I'm ready to move on. Simple as that.
Nothing
So
you can do but respect that decision when somebody makes it.
he's offered me no reason to stay. I mean, he's profited from me, my experience, my existence, my generosity, my kindness, my forgiving nature. He and others have quite enjoyed, and it's not been pleasant nor productive for me. So I don't know, man. I have a feeling the formats and the panels are probably going to continue changing. Much more, maybe governance,
You mean
maybe much
there
more
and-
restrictions.
You mean across YouTube, just or panels or
Mine.
here? Mm.
Yeah, mine. That's what I'm talking about. Because I feel I've got a lot to offer. And here, I said this earlier, every moment of every day, we get to choose what we will and will not do. So while I chose to be here for the moments of this and to share the inspirations and the thoughts that I was gathering, what I'm not doing right now is spending time in bliss alone with the mind.
I mean, that's a pretty lofty opportunity cost there.
Amen. Because I know as soon as I leave this, dude, this shirt's coming back off. I'm heading back out to the sunshine and the fresh air, going to meditate, capture the warmth, the light. I'm going to go back to praying to God, to seeking God. I've had no answers. I've had no voice returning to my prayers, nothing like that. But the inspirations I've had is that which we seek is seeking us. And I believe God is seeking for us to turn to and to know. That's the path I'm going myself. So anything to wrap it up, Flo?
Well, not really. I mean, I
Go
guess I
get
don't
the-
know how to articulate the thought really. Like I said, it's low energy, and that includes brain energy for me today. So I do kind of have a thought, but it's not articulated. So I'm just gonna set it on the back burner now.
Respect. Stop putting off the chores and get them done. You'll be proud of yourself when the tasks are completed.
Right.
Have a good one, brother. Whoops. I cut
Thanks
you
for
off.
having me
What?
on again. Salutes to the chat.
Hey, much love, brother. Peace. Brothers and sisters, those who joined in today, those who joined the panel, and whoops. Please do remember, help the numbers grow. Help others learn about this. There's a man of peace. That's who I am. I offer peace. I offer you the path, the observations I've learned for myself to find and grow the peace within myself. And I grew up fighting, man. So I see Paul back in the back still mocking me. I'm not feeling it. Brothers and sisters, those who joined on the panel, in the chat, God bless you, and thank you very much for joining. Possibly back tomorrow, probably for sure in the future. But until then, again, brothers and sisters, take some time in your day. Final lesson as we part. Take some time in your day just to pause, to detach, to ground, to recognize the breath that breathes you, to recognize the divinity of life in nature, in the all that is. Because it's through the all that was that you became now. And we are all part of now. We're all part of this experience of now. And what we learn today, what we say today, what we do today is going to affect our experiences with each other tomorrow. And so for today, again, brothers and sisters, please receive some of my faith, my encouragement, my inspiration, my love, my gratitude. Gratitude is the key to happiness and love. Peace for everyone. Choose love and live without fear.